Okay, here's just over half of it actually cut out. So I've still got the little step to do there, the bridge, and 4 or 5 pieces after here. What I would say, if you're hoping for perfection off me, I'd have to live in a house again and go back to having my fantastic workshop that I had, but I've no intentions of. I enjoy doing what I'm doing now. I'm doing it this way. It's rewarding, it's good enough for me. I don't want to go into the realms of trying to get things perfected. It's unnecessary. This is a damn sight more fun. If you know you've sweated to get what you've done to the stage it is, and then hopefully some of you have seen my some of the guitars. Biggest majority have only seen them on YouTube. Quite a few people have actually seen them live, and they're quite impressed with what I've done given the conditions that I've done it in. What you're seeing now is the actual conditions I work in. Not fantastic by any means, is it? But it's good fun. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay. So I'm just going to start notching out the last 4 on this end before I start work on the lips. Left them to the last because I need to space around them so I can get the cut as accurate as possible. Okay, just quickly, That's one part of the box. The other part we need to get out is no more than a millimetre out of here. So I've marked it, I've scoured it, and I've put saws down the same depth, and now I'm just going to patiently chisel them out, probably with a Stanley knife more than anything. So there we go. I've got the basic cut out there now. So a bit of sandpaper or a small file for that now, just to keep it. And also bear in mind, yeah, even though we've done this, we've still got the guts inside to put in. And what would be the easiest option really is to cut right through these, because they're just strengtheners, is to cut right through and take a gap out there. Now also, another thing, the depth of that is absolutely fine to put your jack plug and any volume controls through, but when this is in, it's twice as thick, so you've got to bear in mind again where you want your stuff to go, and you will have to chisel a channel out of this. I'm just doing a bit of work on the Pentatonic scale one, putting the frets in. Now these are reclaimed frets, and what I'm actually doing, I'm starting at both ends, 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason being, cut this end as close as you can to your fretboard, okay, because these are reclaimed frets. I know they're all going to fit, and I've glued that one in, I've left that to set, I've glued this one in, and this is being left to set. So once I've done that, I can come back to this one, and it should be glued in enough to allow me to snip the end of the fret off. Now that's just gone in, so I'm going to leave that. Okay, so I'm going to nip the end of the fret off there, because it's not, like I say, it's not new. Check it for length first before I put anything in. Now, just use a bit of super glue, but I've got a very fine needle nozzle on it, and how I've actually made that was with a Q-tip. Just cut the wool off the ends, it's got a hollow tube, and cut one end at 45 degrees or more, and that will allow you to just drip a small amount of glue into the hole without getting frustrated. Okay, so now we're going to get the fret, we'll put that end as close as we can to there. Okay, push it down, get a block of wood and a mallet, put it across the top of the fret, give it a smack, just check it for levelness, because the reclaimed ones, these have got a slight curve on them because they've come off a Stratocaster. Okay, so while that one's setting now, we can come back to this one. Close as you can. I put my finger on the end here, so when I do cut it, if I feel any movement in it, I'll know I'm not leaving them long enough. Okay. So right, that's done, so we can now put this one in. So get your fret, make sure it's long enough, and if the reclaim ones, just clip that end off so you've got a nice straight edge to work with there. Just check it. Run a nice bit of beading in there, straight as you can. Now these frets have already been dressed because they're off another guitar, which if they were going on the same sort of guitar you'd want to use decent new frets, but I'm making this for myself, so I'm using what materials I've got to keep the cost down. Okay, that looks okay. If you're not sure about it, you're not going to do it any damage. 2 pieces of wood. Okay, that's just lifting a little bit at one side, that is. So I'll get it right. Right, that'll do. Close as you can to your wood, nice and straight. If you get proper pliers, Luther's pliers, see how they're straight across the top there, there's no dipping. Any other nail puller tile pliers go down 1/8 of an inch and you get a groove there which doesn't allow you to get close. Get proper ones, a decent pair there. Okay, I'm going to leave that to set. Now I've got these two now, so don't be tempted to do 2 at a time, because you do have an issue on a normal fretboard. You will have an issue getting this in there and that in there because of the other frets. On this occasion we wouldn't, but I'll still do 1 at a time. Nice bit of glue. As close as you can. It's gone in lovely, lovely jubbly. Okay, trim my last 2 off. Beautiful. Okay, all they want now is a bit of dressing down the side there, get the angle right, get them nice and smooth. They're very, very close to the wood anyway, so there's not a lot of work to do there at all. Not a lot of work at all on there. They're nice and flat. Okay. Another thing while we've got the camera on is, find it, because I can't find myself in here, never mind anything else. Remember the diggly bow I did with the harmonica case on? I'm changing that now. This is what I do with things I make for myself. I play with them for a bit, and if I think I can improve them, I've already got the materials to work on. Still got to do another diggly bow, putting frets in this one, they're already in. Now, because it's a round pole, I've flattened the edge a bit so I can actually get the frets to sit, and I've filled a hole in that I had when I put a pickup in this piece of wood. I've got a box to put in it, which if I can find it I'll show you. Put it the right way, it might even look prettier for you. It's got to be like that, but obviously it's going to be cut into the neck. That's the box I'll be using for it. It's just going to be a 1-string diggly bow, but a fretted one. That's it. I'll show you that when it's done. Just wants that. These are all ready, these are smooth, they're well set in. This wants levelling off, that wants cutting out obviously, and then I need to cut the wood on the box to fit it in. This is the diddly bow finished off today. Okay, it's got a volume control jack point on the front. Inside, quite simple there. Just a piezo just near the bridge. And just above the low string. Simple job. They do work well with the frets in. And here's the 3-stringer with a diatonic scale. And the nut there, you can see it's 3 separate screws. It's the same box as the diggly bow, but a slightly longer one. It's good boxes and all actually. Again, it's got a volume control on the jack. The string holder is just a 3-inch hinge. There the bridge is, just a bolt with a couple of pennies underneath it. Inside the box, now we've got the volume pot, the input jack, and the piezo again. This time I've moved the piezo over the bass string, but towards the front of the fretboard. It's just all experimental purposes. This sounds quite sweet there where that is, and also the diggly bow sounds very good with the piezo by the bridge. So it's your own personal choice at the end of the day where you want to put the parts.